Okay, it's 5 before 5. I'm on the 15-minute chart. There was a great little sell up here if you're into this 15-minute retest of Asia at the round number. And you kind of have to get out there. So I bought on limits. All my limits started here. This is the Trader's Way account. So this is more like a realistic account. I'd never put more than $2,000 in a forex account. Never put more than 1,000 in, actually, because if you can't make 1,000 into 1,500 in a month, then or in a year, if you can't make money, then why put 10 grand in and trade 2%? Why bother? Like, you can't do it. It wouldn't make a difference. I got in a little early here, underwater. I noticed that this Trader's Way, the spread goes to about it goes as tight as, for a millisecond, maybe it goes to half a pip. And they're charging you 4 pipettes. So that this, with commissions, it goes to 1 pip in a blink. And I put these orders in so close together. This is pure entry prices here. That if I were to put the exits for a scalp of 4, 5, 3, 7, 9 pips, because the spread is so tight, when it tightens up like that, it's already locked in this 1 pip, and the exit's there. Because I bought 95K in this plunge, 98K, that I'd already be out of stuff, right? And right now it's cashing out. When it gets back to this floor where most people are going to dump, you'll see a reaction there, that we could already be out of the trade and done. We bought this, we bought that hole. We never got a fill on the limits down here. So these are all just, I have like ready 400K to go here on this account. I'm up $20 now. The most drawdown I had here during the fill. Now we just cashed out of some. I just saw the margin go down. Just trading the British pound only. I think I traded a little bit of euro on there here and a little bit of, but I'm trying to trade this the way I'm trading my real money. But I am getting in earlier. So I'm going to trade bigger and get in earlier on the demo account than I'm going to do with my real money. So, although I'm not worried so much about the demo, but I'm using this as my canary in a coal mine, or this is my crackhead in a coal mine, I think, because I want to be able to close this out and say I scalp on the scalp account, and maybe I got a shitty spread at another broker, and that's my swing account. So you're finding the tightest broker for the scalp like this. Multiple brokers is on one currency. Then you can do all these things, arbitrage, and you can just think in terms of, well, we locked the scalp in, we bagged that. Now we got the swing trade floating out there, and okay, let's see what happens there. Because the all or nothing idea of one currency, one trade, one setup, one entry, okay, manage that one trade. I guess take partial profits. But then you go down that partial profits rabbit hole of like, well, should I just buy and hold? Well, is this a binary decision? Buy and hold, like hold forever? Or for the next 3 hours? Okay, we're banging on the ceiling. We're banging on the floor. We fell out of it here. We're digging out of a hole. This is the 15-minute chart. So things should happen pretty quick here. The half hour is a different story. In the half hour, it looks like, wow, you didn't get in too early. It's not so bad. I mean, I try to fill this 20 pip window with about 300K of just going like this. Now, there is a difference between this ticket. This is a 4 hour, and I've been laying in 2 and 3 hours because I don't want exposure for a real meltdown. I'm trying to do a trade like this. If the, see, look, something just happened there. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Boom. Look how it just smashed down. It wasn't watching the spread here, but if you're watching this, you'll see it go to maybe for just a millisecond and go to 4 or 5, half a pip. So right around a pip. Right now you're paying about a pip and a quarter on average. So we still melt down, right? Can we take out the last wick? So if you're going to do a momentum entry, you're going to put a 3-hour script in. How long did this move take? And what is, so right now it's dropping at almost a perfect angle. Let's see, we're dropping at this, oh, that's, I can't even see this thing. Oh, brutal. Okay. So here's the rate of change right now. So what you do is you say, well, that is the closing rate of change that would put us in 3 hours. We could be down here. We could be taking out this, and can we make it there? I don't know. Let me just go for an aggressive 3 hours right in front of it right now. I don't think I'm in big enough. I scalped out of about 10K here, so I can afford to get back in another 3K and just do this. So if we haven't scalped out, it's a different story on this particular account. Now I'm going to go to another broker. A little worse spread here. This is Hugo, but maybe it's less commissions. I'm not sure. These are the only brokers I can think of that I would bother right now. There's probably 500 brokers out there. Okay, now we're starting to pause on this one. This is the 1 hour chart, has a different feel to it, the half hour. And if you are going to pull the trigger at the market every half hour, it's down, which is a completely viable trade. You would have pulled it there, and on the 15, like these are real trading systems. It's up on the 15 sell. See how that worked out? And that's in that trap window. So just focus on one currency pair here. This is also the pivot window on close. This is not a secret. This is the Asian session. So the market's gone full circle, has it not? What's wrong with these pips? I'm blown away that nobody's noted that you can't just talk about don't talk about voter fraud. You can't talk about range trading, which 80% of the market's ranging. Why are there trend traders? Okay, I don't get it. There's so much money here. Up, down, up. It's too much work. I get it. Or it's like, hey, what the fuck? It's which way? Where's this going? Is there a target on this? No, there's no target. It's literally, well, the target's 13 pips. We just made 18. We just made 14. We just made 28. We just made 26 pips. It's just you're making money from noise. And that's coming up on 5 after. So just the retest here alone, you see people bail. You see them get out there on the, a lot of people, they weren't waiting for that. They're like, we're out. We're not waiting for it to come back to here. We're out. Bye-bye. The 5-minute traders, they sold. They're out. They sell if it's up. That's how they make money. And if it's down at 5 minutes, at the end, at 5:05, you're going to buy at the market. If you're a 5-minute buy at the market, buy low, sell high, there's no other question. You don't need a system for that. What the fuck you need moving averages and shit like that? Dude, if it's down, if a candle people, if it's a red candle in 5 minutes, fucking buy at the market. Set up a goddamn ticket to buy at the market. Oh, it's only 1K. I know, that's the point. Or it's only a 3K, or it's only 100K, or it's only a million K. Okay, but get in the fucking market based on at least market order if you're babysitting the market at 5:05 in the morning. Otherwise, why are you here? Then the other one is you got the orders in the swing account. They're real deep. Right now you're hog long for because it's down 40 pips. It's in some pocket deep down there. You're like, I don't know. Maybe by 6 in the morning, maybe by the time stocks open, we'll be down 40 pips from here. It's not inconceivable. We'd be down 40 pips from here and banging through the floor, ripping back up. People are like, what the fuck was that? I don't know. I just made fucking 40 pips. I don't care what the fuck that was. Why in the fuck does anybody even care? Sorry, I'm getting all pissed off. Okay, this 5:05. 5:06, boom. Look at that. Turns on a dime, huh? Now, it could go ripping down just as well, but the 5-minute guys just nailed it. Did they not just buy? Can you see their trade? I can. What's so complicated? I think the hard people go, well, yeah, what about all these? Did you sell that? I guess. You got out of your long, didn't you? There's a trap up here. Look at this lonely wick. Yeah, for a trap there, comes back a little bit. Look at this rip. Now this one, you actually didn't even have to be here for this trade. On the 5-minute, you can see that if you have a sell limit here and they fill you and your target happens to be 20 pips, even though if you have the scalps in there, blended in, you could have got out here. So this stuff happens in the blink of an eye. And the brokers, if they let you scalp, they're going to take that trade. If you're allowed to be in the market, 2 minutes, I don't really consider. Wicks up here, fills. You're already up 10 pips if you stay for the whole thing, or you pull the trigger on the 15-minute or the 5-minute chart. This is the 5-minute chart. Rips through the floor. You're cashing out. You know there's buyers down here. You get a double bottom. This is lack of momentum. There's supply and demand zones on the 5-minute chart are certainly tighter, faster, harder, deeper. And this is the beginning of supposedly an attempt to take out this wick. If you bought here, your first sell, there's sellers above here, all the way up here, there's sellers into that. But look at this story. Here's your top, become a bottom in the 5. Yeah, you buy, you blast up here, but it doesn't mean this thing's going to keep going on forever. And this is a 5-minute chart. You got to be scalping it. Look at this cute little window here. There's a little pocket here. It's probably an order block or something. But think of all these. If you're streaming in and you're on a 5-decimal broker, even a 20K here is still going to make you, from here, this is the round number, this is 20 pips away. The spread is, okay, just went wide. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the bad broker. So the spread here is around 2. At Hugo, you can see the spread. It's kind of nasty. If you go to the Pike Incorporated, you'll see the tighter spread, and that's the scalping platform. The swing trader has got the big sloppy 20 pip stops and stuff. So we're in. We could still pick up some more tickets. Now the expiration on these tickets is trying to match that rate of change, projected rate of change. So if you're going to do the trend line, the beauty of the trend line is it projects into the future. So you're kind of trying to figure, well, if we keep dropping at this rate of change on the 5-minute chart, it's pretty steep, right? This rate of change is almost unsustainable. Can we be to this price by a certain time? What is the likelihood we could get here where at this moment here, I put in buy limits here and I say, well, if it keeps crashing at this rate of change, then if it can make it to here in less than 2 hours, that's even a better trade because it means it's moving at such a velocity it's unsustainable. As it's coming down here, this rate of change, got a crop of orders in here. These last for maybe an hour. These last for 2 hours. But if these last for 15 minutes or 30 minutes down here, like these would have, if you're going to front run in this and put in, say right now you put an order here that lasts 1 hour. That means that market's got to come screaming down. And if it does, it makes that trade a higher probability trade. Like if you put a sell limit here that lasts for 1 hour, that means that market has to go blasting up. And we know that's unsustainable. So you're creating this window. It's a timed window of entry. So I think that's the point of the expirations. Also, you can go to sleep at night because if they can't take it down there in 4 hours, then you don't want the trade. These are auctions. You're putting in your own auction. You're putting eBay. You're selling your position on eBay for 4 hours, come and get it. You know, if you can't come and get it 4 hours, you're obviously not out of your mind. This kind of rush in and got to have it now. Now it looks like another possible tank. This account is only down $6.77K. That's pretty damn good, considering, right? And so we're kind of almost up on this trade. If we took the spread out and the commissions, we'd be up on this trade right now. But the $6 we're paying for that. Let's see how traders. Now this one I was in 97K. I reloaded the gun for another buy here, and I just got filled. Look at, we're getting refilled now. Back in the 91K. I only cashed out. I'm down like $2 on the balance here, but I've only been trading for like an hour here. Another retap. That's why I figured we could pick up some more tickets here. I think I put in the 2 hours or 1 hour. So here's the least risky way to trade would be to just 1 hour or less, right? I'm going to buy here for an hour. And I'm going to grab this, catch this falling knife, and I'm putting this really deep 1 hour ticket saying, well, we got to go just ripping down here, which we could. And just outside of yesterday's low, I'm going to start with 2 hour tickets. So if we could smash down there, that would be an amazing trade. If by the time U.S. markets open, it's 3 hours away, I would put in here, maybe there's 1 hour tickets. Probably won't fill them, but if I put a 4 hour bank in here, by the time U.S. markets open, I know we'll just be hitting it. Here's risk 16 to make 8. Now, how about 6 hours, really deep, 20 pip stops to make 28, which means this trade plan's based on maybe the completion of the edge of some channel that is out in space, out in the future by, it's out here, right? I'm going to buy that window because it should be hitting that line about, say, when stocks open. It's going to be crazy, We could easily come down here and start filling up this window. And so mixing my channel projections with a layer of tickets in that zone, right? Because we don't know if they can bid it down that hard before U.S. markets open, but this is going to be the ultimate value zone because here's the lonely wick. It's right in front of you. The setup is in front of you right now. Not looking at the setup for a completion of, well, I am looking for every half hour. I would buy, if I have a half hour system. I'm on the half hour now. So at 5:30, I'm going to buy at the market. No questions asked. Very easy trade. But I don't have to because I got so many buy limits down here. And I'm underwater. Like I said, the exit on the 5, we missed it. We could have taken that. We knew there were sellers here. But on the 5, we have to pull the trigger here in about 2 minutes. Or we just got filled in those limits, see? So it's pretty ruckus at this time of day, especially on a Wednesday. A lot of shenanigans here. We could have got out there and just been underwater on a couple. These are all single one case. So now we're back to 92K. Kind of never really. We could have taken the whole thing off the table here. And we could have done that with, I would have done it with the double clicking, close all profits, or I would have done it by, I got a profit key and a hotkey keyboard, whichever is in front of you. And then the tablet, I got to take all profits on tablet. So if I'm running desktop, I got the tablet in my hand. I know we just built this monster position. And then I'm actually trading at the market because I'm getting out the market. I'm not letting the whole trade plan. If you say plan your trade, trade your plan on this broker, yeah, with one currency pair, you could do it because you could say, okay, here's all my buys, and I do have my sells pending up here for the next 8 hours above. That's the 5-minute chart. Here's the 15. So when you look in the context of the 1 hour chart, you're like, yeah, I could see this thing going after the lonely wick of the day, way up into here by the end of today. This is the other side of the trade plane here is the end of today. And these are really kind of extremely conservative entries because they're at new highs. It's going to take how long? We've got at least U.S. markets open. We could be down here and ripping here, and that's the trade, and we're going to get stopped out of these. Or, and this might be difficult to even make it above here today. We might just be pounding down into this, and the trade will end up being from here to here, and you're out, and you still made 10 pips, but you're in 300K there. So that's the thing, because you're martingaling into the bottom of that. I am, well, I guess, so to speak, martingaling. This isn't like a raw, just keep doubling it. I'm only using the martingale by saying I'm going to actually, the more it goes against me, the more I'm going to get in. So it is like a chess game. I heard somebody say that. It's like a chess game. Because in a chess game, you're kind of losing pieces to see what's actually they're in your way. Okay, the scalp. Now the scalps. So we just saw this. I guess this is the retest. This would be that failure to tank. And we just got this nice gust. And we got this critical window. It's 2 hours here. The jury's out right now for this window. But the nice thing about the 1 hour chart is I can imagine in my mind what the 5 minute looks like here and all that. And I can see all this pressure stacking up. These higher lows every hour on the hour. These aren't swing high to swing lows. These are just like, here you are. Look at these stacking up. Now that's kind of itching to be flushed out, I suppose. That's why, see, like another tank, right? So never underestimate. We could just go smashing down and we just wipe that out. And it's going to really blow people's minds because it's going to come down here 18 pips hard, smash into here, make new lows, maybe even take out the low of the day. So that'd be great, actually. We'd be in about 300K at that point. We're up $90 in the account. There was $3,000 on the deposit here. We're coming into buy limits. Now we're in a standard lot. But it's easy to keep track here, 1,001 leverage. We want to get in 3 standard lots. If we take this low out, we just come up here, we just got into a 30K there. So really, three standard lots would be great. Now that's the trap. I'd be pulling the trigger right here if I wasn't in. So no market orders on this account. But that's, you can't get any better than that. You can't be there to pull the trigger on that entry. That new low right there. I mean, you could be, but you don't have to be. Look at that. You knew this low existed. This is the hour chart. You knew that low existed 3 hours ago. Yeah, you're retesting. What, 30K sitting there pending on this account. Now we could make $130 if we go up 10 pips. Make $110 if we go up 10 pips from here, which is to this 20-yard line, which on closing prices is right to here. This closing support on close there. Okay, change the way this. I kind of want this to be a box. I'll make this a yellow box. Oh, jeez. Change the color on that. Yeah, I'll make this kind of bright. Dark orange. So look at this. Now we're in 34K. I could really fill this up. Now 140K. Deep into the buy window. It just there's no need for a moving average on this system. Nice and deep here, 150K. Down about 20 bucks on balance. So we're down $75, which is pretty good considering we're 140K here. Now, let's see what Hugo's doing. He's only got $1,000. He's in a standard lot. 20 minutes after. That's the 5-minute chart. 5-minute traders are buying at the market, locked under this little wick here on the 5. And we still got more buy limits down here to get filled. Just falling up, just nice here. We can kind of rest assured for the half-hour traders that we will pull the trigger here at the bottom of the hour if we're below this. So just keep buying new lows. It's basically the system in a nutshell. So if we could just close below this, that will be perfect. This is the window. So we're in this box here. And we're hoping that we fill as many limits as we can down here. And it's for the next 7 minutes. We're going to let it fill the bucket, and then we will decide, oh, you know what? Of course, I think I'm just going to I'm not going to trade at the market on this account. Now, I think that the purest way to do it is to do it like this, because these are trade plans where, yeah, you could jump in. You shouldn't have to. You should have the limits doing it for you. But if you can't, and you do want to add to this position, because right at about 5:30 in the morning, you're like, well, it's down in the half hour. But if you see this is really ripping down, you still have to wait till that bottom of the half hour. See how much you do fill. And of course, if what happens at 6 o'clock? That'd be the top of the hour, and the half hour's down. And you're like, oh my God, look at the 1 hour. So that's another thing, is pacing it. Look at the 1 hour. Still plenty of room to tank here. Plenty of buying left to buy. There you go. It's easy. You don't have to be here for this. Okay, we're up 10 bucks on this account. We're 160K. Spreads it pretty tight here, so we got a real good deal in this window. A deep discount window. Hugo's in 88K. I'm going to say this is a $1,000 account. So 88K here. Really falling out of bed. Now we could drop about 20 pips here. See how this is doing. Up 17 bucks, 170K almost. Now we're up $24 from a $3,000 deposit. That's demo account. But we're really all in today on this, Set it and forget it trading here. The do or die window, the trap. I would suppose this is the super trap, because that is the lonely wick there. Waiting for the scalp to finish. We still got 11 minutes left. Actually, in 6 minutes, if the half-hour traders buy, which they will be buying, I suppose, buy low, sell high, those guys, they'll buy down here. And this is actually touching that projected trend line. This is why people say, well, trend lines work. Yeah, because if we were touching this right now, and this becomes a good trade, then they'll just swear by that entry. Oh, there we go. Super deep fills. 2 standard lots down there. Good golly. Well, now what happened here? Let's see. Okay, he's in for 75K. Another pounding of that window. I want to buy super deep here. I got orders in. If we take out the low of the previous day, we just didn't quite get it there, but 2 standard lots, and we're down. I know it says down 77. I'm thinking $3,000 I put in there. So in my mind, I'm down $20 in 2 standard lots. This is the Wednesday freak out challenge of new lows, apparently again. Down 40 pips from that reversal at the round. If you held through this whole move, then this is a 1-hour trade. This is like a very short trade. Also a very short trade for the guys that are short. They probably, hopefully they got out of something down here, right? Because if you sold here and you just made how much in 1 hour? Let's at the 1 hour chart. So in 2 hours, you made X. Now we're going to put some more buy limits down here with really wide stops to make 23 pips in case we just go to utter hell. Looks like we're going to. This is for 6 hours. Total meltdown here. Looks like it's coming. I think 3 standard lots going. Got plenty of money left there, so I must say I like that trade. I'm going to put some 1 hours in. So I'll put some 3-hour orders in, 20 pips deep now. Oh, look at that nice reversal. So you see that, like, look how it just went down a little bit more. I'm still in, I'm only down $20 in 2 standard lots. Here, we got $1,000 we're holding. So this is scalping, I suppose you call this. 31 minutes of scalping so far. This window is kind of exciting, though. Are we going to go lows? Dude, the bottom's dropping out. I can't believe you're not short. I can't believe it's not butter. Okay, we're up $4. I can't believe it's scalping. Alrighty, now we should cash out to the floor on something here. Let's hope we get out of at least 50K in the next 8 minutes. So coming up in that critical wick theory, we're going to buy. The half-hour guys are going to buy anything that's below here if they can get it. And we're only down $30. So we're up $38 on the account. Sitting in 2 standard lots at 5:30 in the morning. To me, that's a range trader's dream right there. Okay, that's good. Now, tempted to buy at the market now, along with the half-hour guys, but you know what? We're in pretty good. I'll buy some here for my real account. So I got this demo running hard. Okay, so I'm not going to get carried away here, but I'm trying to make 20 pips. So here's the 1 minute chart. Here's the floor we fell through. Here's the 5. We got to make it back to the 15, half hour, 1 hour. I like the 1 hour for the swing trade. So deep discount here. So this is doing pretty good. Okay, so we're just sitting here in 2 standard lots, waiting to get paid. We could still drop lower. It's true. There's no guarantee on this trade, the 5-minute chart. Okay, so you're updating the half hour here in 30 seconds, and then we got this. So go to the half hour because that's what we're going to update. We plunge again. So here I might throw in some, I don't think I'm in big enough. I wouldn't buy at the market. I go like this. Put in a 1 hour with a 12 pip stop here. So that's a 5 pip window. It's not too hard. Maybe down here are the 2 hour scripts. Now that we're kind of running out of momentum, we just updated the half hour. This target was never hit before. This is the critical window. Okay, this trap down here. 5-minute. So those guys pulled the trigger, the deep discount people. And they're driving it back. And they're going to be cashing out here in about 5 minutes. I suppose by the next 5 minutes we could rip to here. You see a lot of people bail. I think they're bailing now, actually. This is the last known wick. There, we got to take that out. I kind of reject the floor here. Now, in the 4 hour, you'd say, let's not sell, please. Do not sell. But, hey, maybe you're selling here. Look at this. Almost took out the low there on this particular broker. 4 hour. Another deep discount. So if we can just rip back to our target, since we're 2 standard lots, heavy duty scalp. We gotta figure that the 5-minute guys. Okay, they cashed out. Somebody cashed out there and just made a obvious trade. Now we should see it back off. Retest. It could go lower at this point. If we can make it through this cycle, through this window of time, by the time stocks open, well, we want to be above here at some point to make these underwater tickets make money. So if we could rocket up into here, we got time to rocket up there. We also got time to rocket down more or drip down lower. So that's the current state of affairs. So we're at 46 bucks, pretty good. Almost on the current running. If we could get to a profit on that, and it's going to be a 2-hour trade, And hopefully we'll come smashing up here and we can take this one and trade that back. I don't know if we're going to get both moves today. There's the half-hour view, or the 15-minute broad view. We could still take out the low of yesterday. There's just nothing stopping this from we're just going flying back down. Or maybe this is, well, I'd say this is the current trap. We are in this box right now. And sure, we could fly down there. And that's why if these expire in 4 hours or 1 hour, then probably not going to fill those 1 hours down here. More likely to come up here in an hour, maybe. Well, so what's the likelihood? What's the probabilities? There's the half hour. There's the 1. So in the 1, you're going to make money from the wick. It wouldn't be hard to believe this market closing or making it back to this price, which means almost every ticket would be a winner. I had the chance to get out here earlier, right? So on the 15, I could have got out here and taken the losers off the table, step back, put in buy limits, do a rinse and repeat. So I chose to buy more down here, thinking, well, this will still make us 20 pips and we can get into maybe 2 or 3 standard lots. We ended up being 2. Still no guarantee we won't go lower now. So, because you still got 2 hours before stocks open, we could still keep piling down. Right. The 1 hour is like, well, at the top of the hour, if we're still down here, I mean, we have enough momentum to keep tanking this? That's going to be the question. I suppose that's always the question. Is it possible to keep going down there? So I'm going to say for now, I'm going to put in orders that are lasting 4 hours, 20 pips deep, and just let that go. This is why not trading at the market here, I still got at least 100K I could put into this trade. Cost me about $50 and more, I suppose, because of the what I'm betting on here. Yeah, as soon as we dive lower, and since we haven't taken it out, it kind of seems like we're itching to pile down here. So I'm going to go and put in the 4-hour tickets now. Trying to make 26 pips. And I should put them right on the actual supply zone down here. So these are 6Ks. And then here's the low of the, which is not that far away. It's only 20 pips to the low of the beginning of the week. And we've seen that before, retest of the beginning of the week. I think they let you put an immense amount of tickets in here. I'm gonna just max this account out. 192K roughly there. Holding through till the top of the hour. So the half-hour traders are like, they're winning, right? They're winning right now. They pulled the trigger here. Bottom of the hour. They're up on their trades. Some will cash out here. Others will go on to blow up their account. Welcome to the non-mentorship trading, mastering anger trading. The guide to pressing the mouse hard. Okay, we're down a few bucks. We're waiting for the retrace now. So the sellers that sold up here, actually, I guess they're counter trend traders in the long run, aren't they? That's why the bias to me is so silly. Look at all this range trading here. Come on, man. 15-minute. So the 5-minute guys, they came in, they cashed out there. Right, they cashed out. They took the money and ran. That was the seller's window for that 5-minute, you know. And if it's up, you're probably going to cash out. The 5-minute guys should be selling if it's up. All right, here comes an attempt at this. We got to take out that high from 5 minutes ago. Got to come back up and golf, and it's going to be a firming up of this trade that I suppose stocks are going to keep going up. Bitcoin just went to 50,000 fucking bucks. I mean, this is, of course, it's like any other trend. If you went back, I don't know, just arbitrarily 5 months ago, you can look on any chart and go, look at this fucking 180 pip move. You know, the fact that it's making all-time highs is really only kind of fueling the volatility of like, well, geez, you know. So I guess in the view of the dollar being destroyed, if that's what's going on here with the pound, or maybe the pound's just going up, that the Bitcoin going to 50,000 and beyond is certainly good news for this trade I'm in. I don't know. Of course, it's just going to go up and down. So what, who cares, right? But this pocket of entry at 5:30 in the morning, we're getting these deep discount auction, mind-blowing wick here. As it typically is, you got 20 pip, 40 pip wicks here in the pound on the hour charts. And we have to wait this out. So this window between Europe and US is certainly the gold mine of range trading. I'd say we're just dramatic wicks. Alrighty then, let's buy it. They're making me want to buy a little bit at the market there. Sucking me back in. All of a sudden, I love the pound. Only down 16 bucks here, which is like being up. Okay, that was the 5-minute guys are selling. Here's the moment of truth. It's 20 minutes have gone by. Can they push it into this window and start going after this new trend line. Try to break this trend line now. It's just formed. Right up against that, under the floor. Kind of ripe for a short squeeze, although we could keep tanking. This trend line's real. All right, there's a channel here, I'm sure. So using that channel to project our entry down here. That's the 5-minute backing off. Waiting for the 15-minute update. And these guys will be no more 15-minute buyers. Notice they're done buying. Half-hour traders are up. The 15-minute traders are up in their trade. So both these guys are in the winning, contrarian winning camp. The 5-minute traders have a double bottom. The 1-minute traders are like, well, we just buy in every minute it pulls back. Gonna flip up into this window, cash out of something, or we're gonna keep tanking. Right. It's conceivable that in 5 minutes we could be back at this last known top. Slice it pretty thin here on the 5, but these principles should all hold true regardless of time point. This should be time frame shouldn't matter there. We should have a top become a bottom, even though the spread is about the size of that top, that window. So in 3 minutes, I mean, the 5-minute traders are going to buy. There are no questions asked. They're expecting their dream is that it's going to go to the moon from here. At this little 6 o'clock, 5:45 in the morning. This is going to be, well, set up under the floor here, and we're either going up or down. I mean, this is always the kind of the crudest thing to say. We're either going up or down from here. You're either a winner or a loser, but I'm not in at the same price. Maybe a couple duplications of entry here. But it's kind of a waiting game. If we can rally into stocks now, and when stocks open, we'll be in that seller's window, which is the high of the previous day. And at some point, the stocks look like they were trapped above the high. I didn't look at them lately. I'm trying to focus just on the pound. This is the only way to make, I guess, more opportunity to make money is to just trade one instrument and just trade the shit out of it on different levels. Because if I go to the Dow right now, I'm sure there's a trade in another currency pair, but you can only abuse one currency at a time. And here we're waiting for the 15-minute guys to do something. And what would they do? Nothing. If they're going to be, they're going to wait to sell. Let's see how their sell works out. So I'm kind of like, they're supposed to sell every 50 minutes is up, but would they sell here in this structure is another question. So it's a structure thing, And here's you banging on the floor. 5 minutes. Have we taken out the high? We're just about to take out the high from this lonely wick. Is this a new seller window? Should we sell here, guys? It's in a downtrend. I don't know. My channel says I should sell when it's on the channel. So how many times are you going to bang on this trend line before you take it out? Okay, so now we're waiting for the top of the hour. Ultimately, by 9 o'clock, we could hold this whole trade. Maybe buying pullbacks. We gotta go berserk here. By the top of the hour, I'd say we gotta be at least to here, or we're in trouble. In the long run. So we'll be scalped out by then on something. We're up $2, so this is pretty amazing. We're in 2 standard lots up $2 at this time of day. It looks good to me. We loaded purely on limits here. No market orders on either Hugo or this. I did miss in my mind. I traded market, but here I'm trying to sort of the purest view. Here, what, 74K down 15. It looks good here. Let's clean up this chart a little bit. So on the 1 hour view, zoomed out quite a bit. We have a triple bottom. You don't necessarily see that channel thing here. Wasn't able to take out the low the previous day, so maybe this is a failure there. This will complete. I think people will probably hold this at least for 10 pips and dump. I mean, the first target is going to have to be here, the obvious. Last known low. Has to be it. With that style trading. So a lot of people are dumping here when you stick out the wick, but we still have that closing target. So you zoom in like that. Very dramatic. Big long view here. This is the top-down view as far as I'm concerned. Why would you even go to the daily chart? I mean, if you can't see what's going on here, you got a problem. So why this is a good buy down here is because it's an old low and it's like, oh man, anything down here, right? So if there was big news coming out, I could see putting in a whole rack of tickets down here, taking advantage of that. But it's kind of tame. You know, you got the communist regime back. And it's very predictable now. All the kind of crude oil goes up. Gold's not doing too well, though. I noticed it looks like it's, of course, maybe it's queuing up for a buy because gold's right here, ready to tank on the weeklies. It looks like it's going to fall through the floor. But those are always buying opportunities. Look at this, not to get sidetracked, but look at this beautiful engulf here on the 4 hour dollar, you know, new low. Gee, almost like an engulfing pattern, you know. It's just like that is so much money for so much stupidity. Here's the measured move. There's the only pullback. And then now they're selling it, right? We're selling. We are buying the pound here. So let's try to stay on topic there. But look at this. Look at this trap. What's going on here with the Dow? Oh my God, this is lights out for these people. Bye-bye. Gold's about ready to fall through the floor, take out a new low. New low. It just made a new low for the year. But talk to me about Bitcoin at $51,000. Are you out of your mind? Yeah, you are out of your mind. Okay, let's stay focused, people. Come on. 15-minute chart. They sold. The 15-minute guys got out of their trades. Can the 5-minute guys push it over the border? Can they take it up into this window? Guys. This is our exit. Come on. We're trading money. Wolf's kind of struggling here a little bit. Let's go for the 1-minute chart for a little moral support. What are these guys thinking? Wow, look at these double wicks here. I think they call those are candles like one wick apart. They call them like pitchfork or something. Look how it just went like a 1 pip lower there. One pipette lower, a tenth of a pip lower, and then rip. Wow. Okay, it's buying opportunity on 1 minute. We'll pull back drift. And wait for that 1 hour update. So everything updates. The 1 minute is going to update in 11 minutes, and you're going to get this 5 minutes going to update. That's the cool thing about the top of the hour, that everything updates, the half hours, the 1 hours. And when it comes into 9 o'clock, it'll be the 4 hour update. So the 4 hour chart, guys, if you sold here, so yesterday when I said this is a great place to sell, you could still be holding that trade even though we've been through so many ups and downs, and now why would you? Like, you could have sold here. This is the last video I did. We were here and I said, look at this. And this is the infamous comes ripping back up, unsustainable. You could have held that all the way here's to Asia. and it melts down in Asia, falls apart. Another big buying opportunity. The half-hour chart is my favorite because it's just about right amount of frequency of trading. You can see these beautiful top become a bottom in the half hour. Re-wicks that, but that is the supply window people are selling off of. Of course, anything on the way to that, because I got in early on this trade. I got in about here, right? So all these are underwater. I'm accumulating this in anticipation to dump this when the stocks open. So here's a buy limit rack. That's the daily euro dollar. And this would have been a trade that you're long the euro right now. If you're, say you got something else to do better in your life and you put a 20, imagine you put a 20 K in here, 1 pip apart, you're still in with a 40 pip stop to make 60 pips, and you get into this trade because this here is the old isolated island. It's even a Williams fractal, I think, almost there. That's the problem with Williams fractals, is that when I saw that, he's like, well, it's a 5, it's 5, you need 5 bars to get one. You need 5 bars for a Williams fractal. I'm like, well, why? You only need 3, man. You just need 3. You need 1 turnaround. You need 1. In fact, you probably just need 2, but you need 3. Why you got 5? Put 8. These guys have the, if you count back 8 bars, what the fuck are you talking about? Count back 8 bars. If you see a hammer, look at this checklist. Okay, my moving edges have crossed over. I have an engulfing pattern on the 15th. It just updated, but it's taken me a lot of time. It took me 5 minutes to think about my other checklist. By the time I got my checklist out, the trade was gone. But hey, don't worry about that. I'm a very disciplined trader, and I have a checklist. Moving edges have crossed over. I have and to put a top, extra top on it. Have you ever seen the guys do the video where they're like, okay, we're going to take that bar and we're going to drill down and we're going to take 2/3 of that bar, calculate back 5.5 bars, decimal Dominion style. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little Gartley tip on that with a little gold. Remember the golden cross? So it's so funny watching these guys. Oh, it's the death cross, and the moving average of the 100 meets the 200. Oh yeah, they talked about that in books. Yeah, that's in the Ron L. Hubbard's laser cut gold CDs in a vault in a mountain. Because what he said was so profound. That's what they could do with ICT. They'll have a vault. Underground nuclear, no nuclear holocaust could take out the rantings. I'll put mine in there. Angry Rants, Volume 1. How to go against the crowd. Why the masses are asses. Nasdaq's setting up for a rally here on the daily. Is this the melt up? Is that inflation? Is that why Bitcoin's expensive? Inflation? Okay, back to this nonsense. 5 minutes before top of the hour. Let's see what's going on with these 5-minute guys. Okay, they sold that. They bought that. They're anticipating a run. For the next 10 minutes, they want to make it to here by the top of the hour. 5 minutes after the top of the hour, they want to be banging on this, cashing out, and then they're done. These 5-minute scalpers are done on that pattern. This would be wave 3 also. If this is wave 1, 2, 3 would be the big wave, and then like you can see these Elliott waves here on the. Here's a perfect Elliott wave if you're into that stuff. Here's 0, 1, 2, 3 is the biggest wave. 4, 5 into that window on the 15. So you kind of have to 1, 2, I'm sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3's got to be the biggest wave. Let's ignore that one. 4, 5, extension wave, right? What are all these little guys? Oh boy, going down for new lows, looks like. Right? Are we going to go down? Ruh-roh. Okay, 5-minute chart just updated. People are buying that. Let's see. They locked it in. We're holding a giant swing trade down here on top of their scalp. We're going to let them scalp around us, though. So everybody, well, the scalpers and the swing traders really want this to go up here. And they'll cash out. We'll both make money on that. So we're kind of in purgatory down here. We're in the trap. It's also the continuation breakout goober retail confirmation entry. So you're kind of going against the goobers here. Oh, can't highlight that. So we're just going to start over in the new triangle, new rectangle. We go for a zoom in right around there. We go. This one's a 5-minute. So 5 minutes up, and top of the hour, if we're down, it's going to be behind the 5-minute because it'll be down. But it could go through the floor here easily, you know. It's kind of like the last chance. It's also the closing. As the time window starts to evaporate, you know, this is why people start pulling the trigger. You know, because the time's running out. And if you have to, if you're taking profits on your shorts right now, you would be taking profits logically in a down move. Like you want to get out at the bottom, which is the current bottom. But this will be the next 3 hours. Oh, there'll be news coming out in 2.5 hours from now. So maybe for the next 2 hours, we can start going up, and all the bulls and the be happy because you know they're currently in the 5-minute downtrend. So trend lines, I like to use them saying, well, we got to break this trend line. Like, can we keep going down at this rate of change? What's the likelihood? And then you got, okay, 2-minute warning. Looks like the tick chart's perking up here a little bit. A little rally here from my other broker. He's ahead of it. Yeah, Hugo's a little behind. So you can pretty much arbitrage against Hugo. I could have bought there because I could see it going up on my. And I bet Trader's Way is probably a lot faster. See, Trader's broke out already. So you could do Hugo against Trader's Way and make some money on Hugo. I guess that's why their spread sucks because they're so, you know, you can't really. So the spread really is a reflection of liquidity. They don't have the latest price. We're about to break out a little bit. Ride this in golf. The 5-minute traders have they have a chance to pull the trigger on that? So there's a 5-minute chart. I'm going to get maybe a hammer here in the 5, but it's not down. If you're going to buy below, this is the only lock in on that one 5-minute bar. I'm sorry, 15-minute chart here. Here's the 5. So you bought here. That whole time was sorry. That was the. I thought we were on the. I thought we were on the other time frame, but this is the buy. Buy a little cute spinning top. So 2 buys into the bottom of. Into the top, just before the top of the hour. So 5 minutes before was this inverted baby hammer, abandoned baby. So if you look at this, you're buying here, you're buying there because those are 2 down bars, and you're not going to buy, you're going to hold. They just tripped the window there, so they just nicked that top, and now you just hold this, right? You really want to get to here and blow through this, people will be cashing out there. We should see some kind of reaction there. So hour and 5 minutes into this. So we've got this account. We're only down $4 right now. We're up $61 from the $3,000. We're holding this 2 standard lots. The 15, we could still go down. Top of the hour. Now it's going to be wild. For the next 5 minutes, it's going to be out of control. People have sold there. People are buying here. It's a real contention point here. But I'm prepared for another drop. I got enough dry powder. We could buy another plummet here. So for the moment, I'm not going to cash out anything. In fact, I could see buying some more here. Put in some limits that last for an hour. Well, this is a pretty tight entry. We're just going to put in a 6K there for an hour. Trying to make 28 pips here with a 20 pip stop. It's a pretty wide stop. Here's 16 to make 22. That's like 12 to make. 12 pip stop to make 18. Break even $4 to make $4. One more sell off. Okay, we're up $23 on the balance here. Wait for the jury to come in. 5 minute. And then I'm going to have to go make some more coffee. Yeah, look at this coming down for another, let's buy this. So I'm kind of grabbing the wrong ticket. That's a 4 hour, but that's all right. This is why the demo is king. So I'm not, since I bought at the market, and I didn't buy at the market here, so oh, look at this. Might get our punch down. Another attempt at. I do think that there's a probability we're going to go down 20 pips there in a blink of an eye, but I'll take those extra couple K I can get right here. Also, Hugo's not that big. He's only in 77, so I think I got that little ticket there. So it's going to be a waiting game. What are you going to do? Wait it out. Anyways. I'll get some more coffee. Coffee and trading go together pretty good. Stay awake here through this monotonous. I think it's 1 hour. So that was the sellers in the 1 minute. Take it down here back into this trap again. So this is the auction within the auction, I guess you could say. Could have bought the market there a little bit. It's not a bad idea. So I keep building this position. Looking for a move up into opening stocks. I mean, it looks kind of bullish here. It looks bearish for the dollar, bullish for all these. Here's the daily euro, 4 hour euro. That's your buy window here. You take out this, that's the weekly, beginning of the week here. So for the people that sell new highs in a 20 to 40 pip window, this is your entry, and hopefully you're cashing out now. So you made this whole engulf trade. It's over. I mean, it's structurally supply and demand. It's very simple. The only thing that's going to be hard there is that I think your first cash out is to take the easy money off the table here. But then we get the continuation. Did you stay through that? or did you buy into that? So the conservative entry is to get way down here. The aggressive entry is to buy this, but you've got to scalp that 20 pip bounce here. And when you start buying on these new lows like this, you got to scalp that, but maybe you're still holding this because even this trade here, by the end of the week, if we come back to fair value, which is, I'm saying so far, this is the range of the week. Come back to fair value. You could be out of this whole trade by here and be like, you know what? We held through it. We're up. We're good. Bitcoin's screaming into the roof. Dollar looks bullish there. Here's some settlements that I don't know if I got filled on these. I put these in based on this chart. I don't know if we got filled on that, but just the wick tip there. I was trying to get that trade off there. Put in plenty of tickets that probably would never get filled. But the idea is we're just getting in very tippy top new highs in that window that goes on the weekly chart for the scalp of new highs. You're up 20 pips. But sells up there based on that wick. You go the daily. Okay. You sold also the highs. Look at this. Hard up. You come into Asia. Just a little bit higher. And you're selling that. That's still 40 pips, you know. So if you put your order stack in here, starting at this new high, 4 hours, coming back below, engulfs in 8 hours, and engulfs all the way back to that. The 1 minute guys are gonna be the heroes here. So they take it back to fair value. So a lot of people are getting out here. The spread makes that almost untradeable. Five-minute view. And it's a deep discount here. 15. Hard time. Can we take out the lows here? Now it looks like you could keep tanking on the 1 hour. It's not like it hasn't happened before. They still got a good 2 hours before things, 2.5 hours before news, so we could keep driving down lower. Just blow people's minds. They're like, really? It's going to lower? Yeah. So I'm gonna go watch a movie or something here, but that's what we're doing. That's what we do. Buy low, sell high. It's as simple as that. It's as crude as that.